It's a battle-hardened, mission-critical, ultimate workhorse of modern warfare. It's got a reputation for landing in the most dangerous zones and unleashing unhinged door gunners across the world. This combat-tested chopper revolutionized military aviation and set a standard for battlefield versatility, all while looking sleek, sexy, and menacing in the sky. Grab yourself a cold beer and look to the skies, because this is everything you need to know to get spun up on the UH-60 Blackhawk.
Back against the wall, can't stop, gotta get up when I fall. No lie, man, I've been here before. It always gets cold before the war. Can feel that feeling in the air. The whole world feels it everywhere. They look to the sky and stop and stare. I feel the earth shake, but I'm prepared.
It's the early 1970s and the US Army needed a replacement for the aging UH-1 Iroquois, better known as the Huey. This bird was indispensable during the Vietnam War, performing everything from Medevac to air assault. But with over 7,000 Hueys deployed and more than 3,300 shot down or destroyed, its survivability was a serious issue. This thing was more vulnerable than a paper plane in a rainstorm, and something had to be done. Enter Sikorsky Aircraft. A legendary name in aviation, it won the contract to develop the Army's new utility helicopter. And with that win in the bag, thus began the hero arc of the new UH-60 Blackhawk. It was designed with advanced avionics, greater lift capacity, and enhanced survivability. With features like self-sealing fuel tanks, ballistic-resistant materials, and redundant systems, it ensured that the Blackhawk could keep on flying even in the harshest combat conditions. The Blackhawk went through some of the most grueling tests you can imagine, from extreme weather conditions to intense combat simulations. How about those tail rotor blades? Did you know they were designed to be ballistically resilient to shrug off small arms fire and to handle tough landings? And let's not forget those redundant systems in the flight controls, hydraulics, and electrical systems, all designed to keep this bird flying no matter what. Now that said, the Blackhawk's path to glory wasn't a smooth one. During its rigorous testing, one of the Blackhawks crashed. Now instead of writing it off, it was discovered that this helicopter was tougher than a $2 steak. It shrugged off the damage that would have permanently grounded lesser aircraft. Not saying this is the only factor, but this crash did help to prove that the Blackhawk's rugged design and engineering showcased that it could handle the toughest conditions and come back out swinging. It was so tough, in fact, that the name Blackhawk honors Black Hawk, a leader of a Native American tribe. The name paying homage to the bravery of Native American warriors, embodying resilience and strength in its design. The Blackhawk officially joined the US Army in 1979, and it didn't take long to make a name for itself, with its first major mission being the invasion of Grenada in 1983. In Operation Urgent Fury, the Blackhawk proved its mettle, swiftly inserting troops into combat zones and evacuating casualties like a pro. This mission showcased its versatility and reliability, cementing its status as a crucial asset in military operations. Which begs the question, what makes the Blackhawk so versatile? Well, first off, let's talk numbers. This bird weighs in at around 22,000 pounds fully loaded and is powered by two General Electric T700 turboshaft engines, each cranking out around 1,900 horsepower. This power allows the Blackhawk to hit top speeds of 222 miles per hour, climb at a rate of 1,315 feet per minute, can cruise comfortably at around 174 miles per hour, and can fly up to 360 miles without refueling. When it comes to lifting power, the Blackhawk can carry an impressive load. It can lift up to 9,000 pounds externally. That's the weight of a fully loaded Humvee or a 105mm M119 howitzer with 30 rounds of ammunition and a 4-man crew in one single lift. The Blackhawk is a beast inside and out. It's roomy enough to carry 11 combat troops plus all their gear. The standard crew for a Blackhawk includes 2 pilots and a crew chief who can also flex as a door gunner. You can obviously add more door gunners depending on the situation. Whatever. Now the crew chief is key, handling maintenance and making sure the Blackhawk runs smoothly during missions. And for those times you need even more extra firepower, the Blackhawk has mounting locations on either side for door gunners to load up with machine guns or miniguns. It can even be configured with an aerial mine delivery system to lay minefields from the sky. This level of versatility makes it the perfect tool for the 101st Airborne Division, also known as the Screaming Eagles. The 101st Airborne Division relies on the Blackhawk for rapid deployment of troops and equipment, making it their go-to for air assaults. This approach allows them to outmaneuver the enemy, conduct rapid strikes, and support ground troops with medevac, resupply, and close air support. Well, so far it sounds like everything has been smooth sailing for the Blackhawk, but you don't become the greatest of all time without taking some hits along the way. Which brings us along to a small corner of Africa. The year is 1993, and little do we know it at the time, we are about to be hit with one of the most dramatic chapters in recent US military history, the Battle of Mogadishu. You might know it better as the movie Black Hawk Down. During Operation Gothic Serpent, 2 Blackhawks were shot down, sparking an intense and chaotic battle in the streets of Mogadishu. Now, while this tragedy was no fault of the Blackhawk and its crew, this incident underscored the helicopter's vital role in urban combat and highlighted the significant risk these kinds of missions entail. Now, all that said, the Blackhawk isn't just loved for its ability to bring the boys in the fight. It's arguably even more famous for its ability to get them out. Meet the UH-60 Quebec Dustoff. This is the Medevac version of the Blackhawk that's quite literally a real lifesaver. This bird is decked out with rescue hoists, 9-patient litter accommodation, oxygen generators, onboard electrical systems, and medical kits. It also has advanced tech like weather radar, personnel locator systems, defensive systems, Sapphire FLIR, and GPS INS navigation. Now, the Blackhawk can get as Gucci as you want it to be, but sometimes what you really need is a little extra heat when you gotta get them baddies off your bird. And no one is better qualified for that job than one of my most favorite human beings on the planet, the door gunner. I absolutely love door gunners. These are unhinged mechanics that are trained to put down their wrenches and pick apart bodies with weapon systems like M240s and M134 miniguns. I have made entire videos about both those weapon systems and door gunners, so if you're enjoying what I'm doing here, then do yourself a favor. Hit like and subscribe, then check those videos out after this. Alright, time to take the kid gloves off so we can talk about the real Blackhawk heavy hitters, the 160th SOAR or Night Stalkers. Night Stalkers specialize in special operations under the cover of darkness. But of course, don't forget that special operators gotta special operate, so they ain't gonna be caught flying some off-the-shelf unit, no! These living night terrors are gonna fly some highly modified Blackhawks, with the designator being the UH-60. The UH-60 is the preferred steed of choice when the secret squirrel boys need to do covert insertions, extractions, and direct action missions. Remember the Bin Laden raid in 2011? Yeah, that was the Night Stalkers and their Blackhawks. Well, kinda. See, first, they dropped them off at Skunk Works where they gave them the Pimp My Ride treatment, but we'll get into that in a second. First, let's talk about penetration. Meet the Direct Action Penetrator, or DAP. This wannabe Apache is a beast. It's designed for attack missions sporting external wings for Hellfire missiles, rocket pods, and machine guns. But why go through the trouble of Frankensteining this thing into existence? I mean, if you need a death bird that can hover, why not just use an Apache? Well, that's because the DAP can carry all that firepower and can transport 11 troops inside. Because remember, with SOAR, the name of the game is to get operators in deep and hit the enemy hard. Woo, so many penetration jokes. Speaking of directly penetrating people that deserve it, on May 2nd, 2011, during Operation Neptune Spear, the Night Stalkers used some super secret, super stealthy Blackhawks to bring SEAL Team 6 to Osama bin Laden's compound in Pakistan. These stealth Blackhawks, crafted by the mysterious legends at Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, were designed to evade radar. This Blackhawk had hard angles reminiscent of the F-117 Nighthawk. The super secret Squirrel Hawk crashed during the raid, and the SEALs destroyed it to prevent its technology from falling into the enemy's hands. This is a perfect example of how even after 40 plus years of service, the Blackhawk still holds some secrets. So what does all this mean for the future of the Blackhawk? Well, to keep up with evolving military needs, the Blackhawk has seen many upgrades, including advanced avionics, stronger engines, and better defensive systems. The latest UH-60 Mike model boasts increased lift capacity and cutting-edge cockpit tech. Globally, over 2,100 Blackhawks are currently in U.S. service, with another 1,200 used by 30 allied nations. That said, the U.S. Army plans to downsize its fleet, cutting around 150 Blackhawks to make way for the new Bell V-280 Valor. Now, despite these cuts, Sikorsky remains confident because the Blackhawk is expected to serve another 40 to 60 years thanks to international orders and ongoing modernization. Recent deals like the $2.3 billion contract for an additional 120 UH-60 Mikes highlight its continued importance. Even with new technologies on the horizon, the Blackhawk's legacy of reliability and resilience will endure. From its rugged versatility to its impressive global footprint, this bird has seen it all. It's been a game changer in military aviation, and even with the new Bell V-280 Valor on the horizon, the Blackhawk's legacy is far from over. It's gonna keep flying, it's gonna keep innovating, and it's going to keep proving why it deserves the GOAT Sky status. Guys, this video has been so much fun to make. I appreciate y'all watching, and if you like this video, then be sure to check out my previous video about the killer egg, aka the little bird, or if you're feeling extra spicy, check out my video about the aviation world's maniacal murderous maintainers, aka the helicopter door gunners. Also, be on the lookout for future videos to include the Chinook and the Apache. Guys, at this point, you should know the drill. Like and subscribe, or don't. It's a free country. Do whatever you want. CT6 out.